Good evening, fellow creeps. Welcome to another episode here on Creepy with Coffee. I'm Kim, your storyteller. Well, today I got two stories waiting for you, and these two stories revolve around phone calls. Apart from that, I also have something special for you coming on this Friday at 10 p.m. Can you guess what I have prepared for you? Leave it down below in the comments. Like usual, before we get into our story, please do help me like and subscribe to the channel. It will definitely help us a lot. Once done, let's get into the story.
This is Creepy with Coffee.
Here is story number 1. This happened about 10 years ago. You know how it is when you are young and in love. Every night, confirm, must stay up late talking on the phone. For me, I've always made my calls outside the house under the old rambutan tree in front of my family home in the village. Very the kampong romance style. Anyway, one night, I was talking to my girlfriend, who is now my wife. We've been chatting for about 15 minutes or so when suddenly my girlfriend went quiet. Completely silent. I asked, why suddenly quiet? She just replied, I don't know. I don't feel like talking anymore lah. Huh? Out of nowhere. I thought maybe she was suddenly angry or jealous about something. Ayo. I could feel the need to pujuk mode turning on already. Before I could ask more, she ended the call. So I called her back. She answered, and the first thing she said was, "Who was that woman?" I froze. "What woman? Where are you actually?" she said. "You said you're in front of your house." I told her, "I'm literally right here under the rambutan tree. I didn't go anywhere." I couldn't even prove it to her because back then I was using the classic Nokia, the one with the battery that can last one whole week. If you're young listeners, well, there is a phone that exists back in those days that has such capability. Maybe not now. No MMS, no GPRS, just indestructible vibes. That's when she said something that made my hair on my neck stood up. She said she heard a woman's voice, not just one, several. And it seems like they are calling out my name. My whole body went cold, legs weak. I suddenly forgot how to breathe. Despite the fear, I forced myself to walk back into the house about 30 meters away from the rambutan tree. It was only around 10 p.m., not even that late. I did not expect anything supernatural. The moment I stepped inside, I went straight to the bathroom to wash my feet and take wudu. My mom even asked me why I looked so panicked. After calming a little bit, I texted my girlfriend asking exactly what she heard. She said in the beginning she heard what sounded like children talking and laughing. Then it shifted into the voices of women, clear as day, like the ambience of a busy restaurant. That night, I slept in the living room with my dad, TV on, no chances taken. After that, I stopped making phone calls outside the house at night, only SMS from that day on, old school love letters through keypad typing. Later on, I found out that my older brother experienced something similar years before. Same area, same time of the night. And yes, he sprinted back to the house like he was running a marathon. My dad said it could have been Orang Bunyan passing by at the time. We just crossed paths without realizing. Well, I guess only Allah truly knows the unseen. Lesson learned here. Don't take long phone calls outside at night. Sometimes even modern technology can pick up things we can't see. And these things, they can mimic anything. Well, before I get into my opinion or what I think about these stories because both of them are of the same theme, which is phone calls. I'm going to continue with the second story first, and then at the end, I'm going to tell you what I think about these stories. This is story number 2. I've never been someone who believes in the supernatural. My family does, and so does my girlfriend. But I've always shrugged it off as superstition or coincidence, nothing more. But what happened that night left me feeling a little bit off, and I genuinely want to understand it. So I was on the phone with my girlfriend. She had already fallen asleep, and I just left the call running on speaker while I continued playing video games. It was after midnight, quiet, nothing unusual. At one point, I paused my game and glanced down at my phone. That's when I noticed something strange. The silence had shifted into this soft, gentle static. Nothing loud, just there. And maybe it was my imagination, but I could have sworn I heard a faint voice buried under the static. Something like, "Who's that?" Followed by sounds I couldn't make out. It was enough to give me a weird feeling in my chest, but I brushed it off and kept playing. Later, when I finally turned off the game, I found myself thinking about the static again. So I just sat there and listened to the phone. Dead silent. No static, no voice, just nothing. Curiosity got the better side of me, so I picked up the phone and went to the bathroom alone. And for whatever reason, I decided to ask out loud, "Is anyone there except Rebecca?" Well, Rebecca, it's the girlfriend's made up name. I just made it up. Right after that, the static started again. Not constant, just flicker of it on and off. And I'm not going to pretend I wasn't a little shaken, because I was. Not scared, more like confused. I kept asking small questions. "Anyone else there? Can you say actual words? I cannot understand you. Can you say something? Are you okay?" Every time the same thing, more static. Then, clear as day through the static, I heard, "Shh." I froze. I asked, "What?" And again, without hesitation, "Shh." That was the one part that really threw me off. So I asked, "Are you telling me to be quiet because she is trying to sleep?" Then nothing, just silence. I waited for a while, but it stayed completely quiet. Finally, I said, "Well, I don't usually believe in this stuff, but my girlfriend said she had 2 spirits in her house. She's smart, and I trust her. So if someone is there with her, just be nice." Still nothing. So I said goodnight to my girlfriend, told her I loved her, and I hung up. I keep trying to chalk this up to breathing, shifting in bed, random static, anything normal, but it felt strange enough that I can't fully shake it. And knowing that she had someone came to her house to contact whatever's there, and her whole family believes that she has that 2 spirits, one friendly and one not, makes the whole thing sit a little heavier in my mind. And so, what do I think about tonight's stories? We have actually heard about, or we have actually read about a lot of stories about supernatural in contact with things that are actually electrical. Things like, for example, TV turned on and off by itself. Certain people who wanted to venture into somewhere dark, quiet, abandoned, trying to capture something, but fully charged camera just didn't work. And one of it would be phone static. Here is what I think about these things. There are countless of reading materials or materials outside that actually somebody studied saying that these entities are actually made of energy, and they comes in waves. And these waves actually can intertwine with our electrical appliances, TV, radio, and phone. And sometimes when the frequency of the waves somehow connected, these things could appear. Of course, there is an explanation in story number 1 whereby probably it's just orang bunyan passing by and somehow their voices caught in the conversation. But could it be possible they are crossing and at that same time the frequency of their energy got hooked up with the phone waves of connectivity? Well, tell me, what do you think about both of tonight's stories? Leave it down below in the comment. Once again, thank you for listening, and for now, good night.